As of recently, I've been really enjoying the manga and anime Hat Atelier. The series follows Coco, a young village girl who had always been in love with magic, but was told she could never use it because you're either born a witch or you're not. Until one night she discovers magic is drawn and she tries to do some magic herself. However, her spell goes wrong and her mother turns to stone because of it. To save her mother, she becomes a witch's apprentice under Kifri, a full-fledged witch. A little background information on the manga and anime before we get started. This series was originally written and illustrated by Komomi Shirahama, released on July 22, 2016. There are still volumes of the series that are being released today. As of April 2026, it has 16 volumes. The manga was published by Kuranshi, with Kuranshi USA being the publisher of the English version. The manga has a spin-off series, Hat Atelier Kitchen, which started in 2019. The spin-off also still has volumes being released today. The first episode of the anime was released on April 6, 2026. As of June 1st, 2026, the anime has 10 episodes. The episodes are released weekly on Mondays. The anime is licensed by Crunchyroll, and the series has won in both 2020 and 2025 the Harvey Award. It has also won the Eisner Award for Best U.S. Edition of International Material Asia. I believe that one of the themes of this manga and anime are that while information can be useful to many, it can also be dangerous if shared with anyone without precautions. This is also shown through how magic is drawn, and something anyone could do, but it's still being limited to a select few to prevent harm from coming to anyone. However, it also makes us ask questions about who gets to learn this information and who doesn't. On the other end of things, however, the same can be said about not informing people about how things are done, which could lead to more people getting unnecessarily hurt because of ignorance. This is also shown at the beginning of the series when Coco, who is unaware of the dangers of certain spells, tries to do magic herself without knowledge and ends up accidentally hurting her mother in the process. There's also a quote in the series that makes us think about why there's precautions around magic, which is, if man has the power to do anything, anything is what they'll do. It can also be said that this series talks about how curiosity can be a saving grace, but also that without more information on a topic, it can be a person's downfall. This is shown through Coco. At the start of the series, her curiosity leads her to use forbidden magic, turning her mother to stone. But it's also how she saves herself and others many times and gets ideas for new spells to use in different situations. Because of her curiosity, leads her to observe others around her, letting her learn new things. I also believe a theme in Hat Atelier is that knowledge is power. This is shown through the magic system itself, magic being just drawn and something anyone can do, if you know what to draw to accomplish a magic spell. Coco is our protagonist for this series. She was always fascinated and in love with magic. However, she was always told that she could never be a witch because she wasn't born one. Meanwhile, we have Agathe, another young girl who lives at Kifri's atelier and is an apprentice under him, who was born into a prestigious witch family but was always told she wasn't enough. This leads her to wanting to focus just on getting better with spells and wanting to grow up way too fast. While they both have a huge passion for magic, the reasons are so very different. Coco is driven from wanting to help her mother and just pure love for magic, while Agathe's dedication comes from wanting to prove herself to those who don't believe in her, to prove she is worthy of being a member of her family, and reach her goal of being a librarian at the Tower of Books. At first, Coco and Agathe's relationship was rocky because Coco previously being an unknowing, yet still getting to do what she accomplished through hard work and dedication. We also have another pair of characters that seems worth mentioning, and that is Kifri and Ethys. There is so much that could be said about these two and how they compare to each other, but the one thing that stood out to me is how Key3 will bend the rules a bit for what he wants to achieve or what he sees as worth the risk. This is also shown through different panels and scenes, such as not reporting Coco when she used forbidden magic, or when he erased his best friend's memories so he wouldn't remember what Key3 had done. There's also when he used ink without knowing what was mixed in it, or how he never reports forbidden magic use. Then, on the other hand, we have Ethes, who's a knight for the Security Council, who will never make exceptions for any cases which is shown when one of the knights had his memories erased, and there is a spell, which is forbidden, that could bring his memories back, but Ethes would not allow it to be used at all. There's also a time that a huge magic leech was causing problems for a whole town and injuring people, and Coco, plus some other witches, came up with a plan, but it involved using forbidden magic, and Ethes lost it, claiming he would not allow it to happen. In a way, this could be showing us that leaning too far one way is not a good thing, and that there should be balance between these things. All these things I've talked about is just part of what makes Witch Hat Atelier so great. Next time I'll be talking about the anime's voice casting, all the choices that were made with it, and how it really adds to the experience of this series.